online radio.
Thank you for listening to Live the Dream Media.
Does your ordinary radio feel a little limited? If you're looking for a new way to listen, it's time for a fresh start. Introducing the Live the Dream Media app, your premier destination and a new level up for digital radio. Over the last 2 years, we've found new ways to ensure your digital radio experience is the best it can possibly be. From live podcasts that spark new perspectives to a 24/7 soundtrack of live music, and even our built-in merch store. We've built a platform that is convenient, high quality, and simple to navigate. But we're only just getting started. Catch all of our shows weekly and join the Live the Dream Media family today and help us change the airwaves forever. Download it for free on the App Store or Play Store today. Live the dream. The dream starts now.
Your favorite radio just got bigger, bolder, and better connected. Live the Dream Media is revolutionizing how you stay tuned in. With our explosive growth in online radio and our brand new mobile app, your entertainment goes wherever you do. Stream your favorite shows, discover new hits, and connect with audiences across the digital landscape, all at your fingertips. Advertisers don't miss out. Join our expanding digital network and reach engaged listeners across platforms. Download the Live the Dream Media app today and experience radio reimagined.
Looking for a radio station that actually wakes you up, guys? Well, every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m., Christopher D. Simone brings you Wake Up Live, the morning show that sets the tone for your whole day. Then stay tuned for the Marana Oro Valley Experience, Southwest Flavor with Ron Arenas, The Bob Elliott Show, and so much more. Live the Dream Media is online radio packed with music, live podcasts, and shows you can only hear right here. Download the app on the App Store or Google Play. Live the Dream Media. The dream starts now.
And we are 9 a.m. Monday morning. Must be time for the Marana Oro Valley Experience. What a joy to wake up to rain this morning, huh? Wow, so cool. I am here with our special friend on a special edition, Jackie Craig. Welcome.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks for being here. Hey, so let's just jump right into this. Hey, first off, before we do that, though, welcome to the new digs. Studio B is live. We got Tony engineering and producing this. We got Jackson making sure everybody's hydrated. So this is our inaugural run of the Studio B at Live the Dream Media. We're excited about that. Okay, enough about that. Let's talk about you.
Okay.
It's all about you, Jackie.
Ready.
It's a Jackie Craig show. So I'm excited that you're running, first off, for town council for the town of Marana. That is amazing. Thank you for stepping up. I know you have a history with that, but I want to talk about your past, your service to our country in a foreign diplomatic environment. Can you talk about that a little bit, please?
Oh, absolutely. I was in the U.S. Diplomatic Corps with the U.S. Department of State, and primarily overseas assignments. I was in a management operations cone, they called it, which means that I was in charge of all the infrastructure of the embassy, like procurement, motor pool, providing housing to people, human resources, closer to the mic. Yes. Human resources, motor pool, housing, budgeting, information systems, everything. So I supervised the people that did that. And as I started higher in my career, I was in charge of bigger and bigger embassies. So my final posting was in Jakarta, Indonesia. Absolutely huge embassy with thousands of staff. So I guess what my biggest takeaways from that would apply directly to the council job are budgeting, understanding the budgeting process with all of its different little funnels to different things, the money that can only be used for this or that, and how downstream money affects upstream money. So I understand the budgeting process and how to read a budget document. And also, most important, I think, is how to work as a team with staff. So we had kind of a similar thing where the council does policy, and I was more what the staff is. So we had an ambassador who set the policy, and then he told the staff what he wanted the result. So I know how to work in that kind of policy operational mode, and how important it is to work as a team to make the policy clear, and yet to appreciate all the hurdles that staff might have to overcome to make it happen. And I think I worked really well when I was on the council with the staff, understanding what we needed to do, like make a strategic plan and get the budget done. So I think people sometimes think all there is to the council is going to 2 meetings every month.
I've heard people say, well, it's just a part-time job.
But it's much more than
But
that.
it's not
much more than that.
Well, it's a 24/7, 365, because if you're a council, you can't go to the grocery store, I'm sure, without someone going, hey, what about such and such? Or are you aware of this? And, there's just, it's got to, because I'm not in the council and I get it all the time
Right.
because they know I know you.
And email, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And phone
right.
calls. So when did that part of your career start? Am I doing math here? Somewhere in the 90s?
1988,
Okay.
89. It's a long time ago. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
2013 is when I retired, moved to.
Some incredible things. Be involved in some incredible events. And does anything stand out in that 25 years that you go, wow, that really made an impression on me, or that was like, was this something that you had planned as a younger person, or how did that
How
happen?
did that happen? I was going to be a doctor, but I
Okay.
didn't do so well in chemistry, so
Yeah, that's kind of
forget that.
important.
To get into the Foreign Service is an exam, and I happened to be overseas. My father was on a Fulbright fellowship teaching in Africa, in Zambia, and I just traveled Europe. I taught for 3 years at the international school in Zambia, and I worked with the embassy a lot, and I thought, that's what I want to do. So I took the exam, passed it, and started from there.
So you were already.
I was already
in a-
overseas.
yeah,
I mean, I
already.
was raised, I was overseas a lot as a child. My parents just took a lot of overseas assignments. So, yeah, I love the overseas life. Something that really stood out for me, and not in a good way, I was in Bangladesh in the Gulf War, the first Gulf War, and it was like rent a crowd. So somebody paid a crowd to storm the embassy, throw stones. We worried about were they going to find out where we lived. We had to stay locked in our houses for a month and a half.
Is that 91?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty scary.
Yeah. Rent a crowd, not unlike what we see today in parts of the world. So you moved here when you retired then,
Right,
is that
2013.
Yeah, 2013. What attracted you to Marana? Was there?
Well, I was born in Tucson.
Yeah, I know
And
you're native.
my parents would come back here in between their overseas assignments, and then they retired here in 1998, bought one of the first houses in the Highlands. And so I would come back and visit them a lot,
Yeah.
and just loved it.
Yeah. I
So
love
we
that.
retired.
We're kind of neighbors. I'm just down this, I eat at the Highlands like 3 times a
It's a
week.
great
And,
restaurant,
I
isn't
love
it?
that. I was there this weekend. I'm there all the time. I see people walking down the street that I know.
Oh.
Tim Brudenkamp. You know Tim.
Yeah.
I saw him the other day. I was leaving, and here he was, and he was walking his dog right down the street, and he saw me. He goes, and Clint, I was.
Does he live in the Highlands?
Well, he lives just at the four-way.
Okay.
It's not a four-way stop now. It's the
Light.
signal light. He
Yeah.
lives right
Okay.
there somewhere. And he goes, I was just inside here thinking about you, because I know you come here all the time, and I drove by right then. Hey.
I was at an event 2 nights ago, and people kept coming up to me saying, I'm at the Highlands restaurant all the time.
Yeah.
Like, great.
I've seen you there. I've seen you there a couple of times.
Oh,
yeah, I have. Well, we're there all the time. Someone, well, I'm not gonna. This is the Jackie Craig show. We'll talk about the Highlands some other time. So let me make sure. I think it was 2020. Yeah, 2020. You ran for town council.
Right.
What caused you to do that at that time?
At that time, I think there was quite a furor over the Tortolita Preserve. Mm-hmm. Some misunderstanding maybe of what the town was trying to accomplish, but everybody in Dove Mountain got very upset that they were trying to take over the Tortolita Preserve. So I ran pretty much on an environmental ticket at that point, and it was a very bipartisan. I mean, just everybody in Dove Mountain was against it. But at first I was, no growth. We don't want any more housing up on the mountain. But I did evolve even in the campaign. I started to study urban planning and realized that really what we want is a very vibrant urban core with everything that anybody could want down there, right?
Yeah.
Recreation, parks, entertainment area, housing, all kinds of different housing, connectivity, walkable. And so during my time in the council, that's what I was always trying to get. We do want some density down there.
Yeah.
And some options.
Yeah. We've got to have it.
Yeah.
We've got to have it. You said something a moment ago about, you mentioned the word you evolved, and I'm going to give you one that I evolved on. I have been, and it involves Ed Honey, who is a dear friend of ours. He's a dear friend of mine. And it involves him, but it involves a lot of people like yourself, John Post, all the people that I used to be a staunch, hardcore term limit guy. No exceptions, and I still feel that way about state stuff, federal stuff. I still feel that way. Local stuff, I have totally changed. I'm a 180, and I'll tell you why. First off, in local environments, we don't have the same volume of people to pull from. And some of this stuff, and I'm going to say this about Marana, and I believe this is a positive, not a negative. Marana was originally created out of necessity. I know all these families. I've heard the stories about, like Ina, how this got incorporated. Was
I remember that.
RMA bought a police car and started patrolling the area when this was still unincorporated Pima County. And when it came time as I had never heard of it referred to this, but Ted Maxwell was on last week and referred to it as the Golden Triangle. I never heard this area referred to as that.
Because of all the retail.
Because this is where all the retail was, especially at that time frame, if I remember correctly.